Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mandalorians, Twi'leks, Gundarks. Are Gundarks a thing? I don't even know. Wookiees, Greeks, Puerto Ricans, Puerto Rican Greeks that aren't here anymore. Welcome to another episode of TaTOYine, where I get to show all my fun toys and all my fun things that I've gotten over the last couple of weeks. I'm joined, as usual, by one of my good friends, the man whose head I stitched at my kitchen table about a month ago, the Greek god Papadon. My friend, those services are always available to you. And tonight, riding with us in the galaxy far, far away, no, it is not Darth Spiridon. He is one with the dark side of the Force again this week. And no, he was not on Homeboy 88's podcast. I hope not. Instead, we have a more than suitable replacement for the Darth Lord of the podcast this evening in the current Impact Wrestling's prestigious X Division champion. Our friend, our guy, the man who knows Star Wars probably as well as we do, Rohit Raju.
Hey, what is up?
Welcome, fellas, back to another episode of me spending my children's college fund on shit that I shouldn't buy.
I love it. I love it.
Before we start, I know Ro and I had touched base over the last couple of days about a question that he wanted to ask me about something non-Star Wars related, yet still awesome. So go ahead, Ro.
Was it about the G.I. Joes?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, yes, dude. Who do you have? How many? And I finally found Snake Eyes the other day. Actually, my buddy, they had got it at GameStop, and he said, "Hey, I got a Snake Eyes. You want to come get it?" I said, "Put that motherfucker aside for me. I'm coming." And I saw you had a few. Who do you have in your collection so far? They're amazing.
So they've only released a few so far. So they're numbering them. The initial one, actually, we did on TaTOYine a couple of months ago, Pop, was the 00 Snake Eyes. That was the exclusive to Hasbro Pulse that they did kind of like a inaugural, let's bring this out and show everybody. He came with, it's a different deco. He's got like kind of almost brownish, grayish pants on. So not the traditional Snake Eyes we know. And he comes with the ninja espionage kind of background scroll where you put all the weapons on. And then it was, the first salvo was Snake Eyes, Duke, Scarlet, Roadblock, and Destro. I've got all those, some in duplicates. And then the second salvo, which theoretically should not have been released yet, it should come in October, but it's been released, was Gung Ho, Cobra Commander, and the Red Ninja, which is like kind of this generic made-up character, I think. They needed some, some soldiers in that. And then Target decided to drop, which has become the belle of the ball in the toy world right now, which is the Cobra Island figures. And the Cobra Island figures...
Oh, get the hell out of here.
...have been the... not Cobra La. I wish it was Cobra La.
Yeah, Cobra Island from the comics, correct?
Exactly, Cobra Island from the comics.
God.
So it's been the most difficult thing to get your hands on because... it's only at Target, and it went up on the website. And just like sneakers, when you buy, if you're a sneakerhead, people have bots that buy all this shit up and take it immediately, and they were gone within 10 seconds, I think. And that wave has Beachhead, which is a fan favorite, obviously.
Saw that one.
Another Roadblock, which is actually the pretty easy one to get, and he has a different paint deco, and he has instead of having a short beard, he has kind of like that long Kimbo Slice beard. He's wearing like a do-rag. You can pick him up on the website, actually. The Cobra Trooper, which has been like one of the most difficult things for me to ever find on the planet. The only reason why I got one is because I traded one with a local collector who needed one of the Mattel WWE Greg the Hammer Valentine variant figures that I found. So I gave that one up, but he's flipping for like at least 40, 50, 60 bucks on eBay right now. The Cobra Trooper, a gorgeous figure, and people are buying them in bulk. I've seen a guy who had 36 of them.
Wow.
That he had found and picked up. One of my friends has 17 of them. It's just, people are army building them like crazy. And then the other super duper hot one out of that set is the Baroness. And the Baroness comes with a bike, so she comes with a vehicle. So she's been a bitch to come with. She's 3 per case, and Target has been getting them in drips and drabs. Sometimes only they're getting 1 or 2, or sometimes the whole case of 3. I was lucky enough to get my beachhead from a good friend of mine, and then I found subsequently a second one, which I'm selling to my best friend. Actually, I'm gifting it to him. I found that on the shelf. I got one Cobra Trooper via trade, and then I went to my in-laws' house in California, and I was checking this app called Pop Finder or BrickSeek, which basically tells you what each target has in stock. If you know the number that they have for that's set up for the thing for the figure, and I found one probably 25 minutes away. They had restocked it overnight, and I had driven there at about 6:30 in the morning, waited in line. I was behind 3 women who were getting Lysol, which was apparently much more important than my Baroness. Doors open. I see a bunch of guys behind me. I start making a fast, leisurely jog to the toy aisle. And then I'm watching some other guy trying to beat me there. And I'm like, nah, motherfucker, that's not going to happen. So mathematically, I calculated that the fastest distance to the toy aisle was going to be a diagonal strip straight down, pulling the Rocky run on the beach. As I was pumping there, they only had one on the shelf. I grabbed it and snagged it. And the guy came in right after me. He's like, have any more? I'm like, nope, it's just mine. So I was lucky enough to grab that at 6 a.m. But then I was even more lucky enough to actually find 2 more Baronesses on the shelves in Brooklyn, of no less, which is kind of the dead zone from where it's at. And here she is right here. This is the Baroness with the Cobra coil, which is a pretty dope piece.
That's fresh.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. One of them is dog ear for the same guy who's getting the beachhead. And then see, there's the beachhead right there. He's pretty money. It's hard to see with the glare of my camera, but
yeah. I still check him out.
He's pretty dope. But it's been a bitch to get those. And then they're releasing a exclusive Cobra Commander coming up soon. It's gonna have like a gold deco. It's gonna be the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that they never did because it got canceled.
Was there a Destro like that too?
They have a Destro, but it's not.
He's like pimped out.
Yeah, that's coming out too. The pimped out Destro.
Yeah,
that was a San Diego as well. It's the pimp. It's called the Profit Director Destro, but it's really the pimp Daddy Destro, which they've known of. He's got like the fur coat. That one's coming out. The Cobra Commander and the Gold's coming out, and Amazon has an exclusive Storm Shadow, which is like in the snow Storm Shadow.
Jesus.
And I'm trying to think I think that's everything that's coming out. So they're hot and heavy in the Joes right now, and they are lighting the world on fire currently. It's been an interesting pickup for this stuff. And some people are like, oh, I can't find this guy. I'm out. Leave me alone. I'm gone. They just have to wait until things cool off. So that'll be the
right.
Thing. But the Joes have been great. They look fantastic. They
do, man. They're amazing. The work they did with those. I was like, holy shit. I pulled that Snake Eyes out and put them on my shelf, and I was like, man, just like the 3.5.
Yep. And we've been waiting for this 6-inch Joe line for them to kind of push up. We waited years for a 6-inch Star Wars line. They finally did it a couple of years ago in the Black Series, and we were just sitting on Hasbro. It's like, come on. Problem was they had no product behind it to do anything, so they kind of left it aside. Now they have a video game coming this is tying into, so here we are. But anyway, that's my G.I. Joe rant for the week. And Holly is asking me on the live, where are the Star Wars? Listen, girl, don't get your panties in a bunch, okay? Take it easy.
Tell her fuck the box.
Yeah, fuck the box, Holly. Anyway, so this week...
and speaking of
boxes, here's the box. This week, we're going to look at something that... It's kind of a little throwback to something previously that they decided, as usual, Hasbro does, to re-release. But I don't mind re-releases if they better the product than when it was previously. So, as we know, one of the more successful lines in the animation series was the Rebel series.
Oh, yeah.
Hasbro decided to go back to the well and re-release the Rebels that they had previously, one with the new deco, the other ones with their old deco, and also finally finished a team that they started 2.5 years ago that they never did by giving us the single member that was missing. So, Black Series, one of my favorites. In the new boxes is going to be all of the new... cast of characters of Rebels. So down the line, we've got Zeb, we've got Chopper, we've got Ezra, we've got Kanan, we've got Hera, we've got Sabine. Is that Sabine, right? Yeah, Sabine, and we got Ahsoka as well, rounding out the bunch over here. So previous years, they had released the Chopper, the Ezra, the Kanan, the Hera, the Sabine, and a different Ahsoka. Zeb was the single one that they were missing to release, which was, for some reason, I guess it was the size of Zeb. They didn't want to release him out because they needed a deluxe version. But then they went back to the well, put them all in these new purple cards, which, as you stand them next to each other, look pretty amazing. So we'll crack them up one by one by the numbers. So number one, oddly enough, was Zeb. I don't know why they named Zeb number one. I think they should have stuck with their Spectre names, which would have been easier. So Zeb is here. He is number one in this Star Wars Rebels line, and they've also kind of redubbed all of the Black Series to either which movie or which series or which canon, non-canon, even stuff they have, like the Revan stuff that they belong to. So Zeb says in the back, Garazeb Zeb Aurelios, meet the muscle of the Ghost team. Garazeb Zeb Aurelios was a cunning Lasat honor guard who adopted the cause of rebellion against the Empire. They did a fabulous job on Zeb. I'm going to try to get a close-up over there.
Yeah, he looks great.
Fantastic. He's got that typical...
Carabas.
Yeah, exactly. A typical scowl that we know from the show. I mean, paint is a fantastic, amazing. The eyes look great. They did an awesome job with him. He is probably one of the best out of the whole line, especially the fact that they had never released him previously before. He comes with his weapon that he has in the show. He's got that purple and yellow color scheme, and his face is super rich. They did a lot of layers and a lot of washes on there, which the Black Series has not been known to do, but they did. Number two is going to be our boy Chopper. Here he goes. Chopper. Chopper is the resident droid of the Ghost, assisting the crew in everything from ship maintenance to combat, even though he doesn't always want to. So there he goes there. Straight repack of the original Chopper they released about 2 years ago, which was actually getting hard to get. The prices were kind of skyrocketing on eBay. Again, has a little wash. He has that little flame effect that he's kind of sticking out of his asshole there. So he can, from the bottom, you could also put in one of his third legs. I also come with a third leg accessory too. It's for the ladies. And then he also has this other little wheel that kind of comes out the back as well to simulate all of Chopper's different forms. So for people who didn't catch him the first time around, it's good to have Chopper back in the line. Again, Hasbro does this frequently. They re-release things. Sometimes you don't mind it, like in this case here, because our boy, Ezra Bridger, was very, very difficult to get when he first came out. Actually, he wasn't. He was pretty plentiful, but no one really wanted him. I think, I don't know, he felt like the stepchild of the Star Wars universe. And then suddenly the prices went through the roof. You couldn't get an Ezra for less than like $80 to $100 on the secondary market. So this re-release has a little bit of a better paint deco. It has a little bit of a better face technology as well. It looks a little more lifelike than the original Ezra did, which had kind of this deadpan face that he had when he initially was released. He comes with the helmet that we all know and love from the show, and he also has his pistol lightsaber that he has. On the back, Ezra Bridger, with his introduction to the crew of the Ghost, a small band of rebels fighting back against the Empire, Ezra comes to believe that he can help change the galaxy for the better. Pop makes fun of me because I haven't finished watching Rebels yet, but I just got to the episode where they introduced Maul, and I was like, oh, this is a good one.
Oh, my God. Season 2, boy.
Yep. Here we go. Kanan Jarrus. Not every Jedi perished in Order 66. Kanan Jarrus survived the Emperor's Purge, going underground for years and hiding the truth about who he really was. Kanan, again, was re-released. He's got his specific lightsaber. He's also got that Palace blaster that we've seen come into the movies with Luke in Empire Strikes Back, and also in Return of the Jedi, and also Lando. And his face is also a much better print. They used the new face print technology on him as well to give him a little more lifelike face, slightly less cartoonish than they actually had the previous one.
Does it look like Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Does not look like Freddie Prinze Jr. Next on the line is Hera Syndulla, Hera, the captain of the heart of the Ghost crew. Hera Syndulla was a gifted pilot and leader. That Twi'lek could bring out the best in her team, making them believe in themselves. Again, previous figure we've had, she comes with a blaster. She comes with her flight outfit. The print technology is slightly better on hers. She's probably the one and only one that looks enough like her previous one that if you've had the previous one, you don't need to get a new one. But again, it's hard to separate these from their amazing boxes because the art on the box is, a thing of beauty unto itself. Sabine Wren was a Mandalorian warrior, explosive expert, talented graffiti artist, qualities that came in handy as one of the first to rebel against the Empire. And again, Sabine, you can see her purple hair there. She comes with the helmet that actually clips onto her head. You don't have to pull off her head to put the helmet on. She's got her dual-wielding blasters there, as well as a comlink that looks like it uplinks to the ghost ship. Her paint deco is actually pretty cool. She's got some splatter on the bottom, representing her fucked up and beat up armor that she's had, as well as on her wrist gauntlets and kind of her hodgepodge armor that she had on the show. The hair looks a lot better than previously, as well as the face. And again, I think they tried to kind of make these look a little more lifelike than cartoon-like, a more kind of real deal. And here's Ahsoka. Ahsoka Tano is a Togruta female, was the Padawan learner to Anakin Skywalker and a hero of the Clone Wars. Alongside Anakin, she grew from a headstrong student into mature leader, but the destiny laid along a different path than the Jedi. So they kind of
are sabers.
Their sabers are a very light blue. They're not white. They're a very light blue. And again, they use her Rebels look as opposed to her Clone Wars look here. I think the previous one was more of a Clone Wars Ahsoka as opposed to the Rebels Ahsoka. But I wish they would have given her the cloak. I think that would have kind of set her off, especially separated her from the prior Ahsoka release, which was a little more similar to this one than her Clone Wars look. But it's good to have again Ahsoka in the line because she was also rising in price.
So quick question. You guys totally forgot about Sabine and her graffiti ways. Do you think that has any prevalence to the graffiti that we saw on the wall in the trailer of The Mandalorian?
Oh, interesting. I didn't even connect those two.
Did the big rumor was, and I think it was only because of her hair color, they were thinking Sasha Banks was Sabine.
Oh.
Which I don't, just because
I don't either.
They'd give her that big of a role. But that graffiti, maybe, man, that's kind of, didn't think about that.
I really hope it's Lothal, boys. I really do. That'd be awesome.
And Ilium. I hope it's both. I hope they really go to Ilium on that, since that was a Jedi planet for the longest time before it got raided by the First Order. So
that's TaTOYine this week, boys.
How much will that cost you? How much Scott owes you pay on that?
I picked these up at GameStop. I think the Zeb was a little more expensive. He's like in the $29.99 range. The rest of them are $19.99, but they had a bundle deal that you can get them all. I think they probably averaged around $17 a pop, somewhere around there. So listen, I'll take any deal I can get. It took a little longer for them to get here from GameStop. They came separately. Ahsoka and Kanan came separately than the rest of the team. I heard Ahsoka likes to come separately. But they're all here and they're all now. I've had them sitting in the office probably for the last 3 weeks waiting for the team to be assembled.
Nice.
Before we review them on TaTOYine. But
there's no Captain Rex.
No Captain Rex. So right now they have no announcements of anything else for the Rebel series, but they showed a few things this week. Some of them will be of interest to us. They showed a 6-inch Black Series from the Mandalorian, the Armorer. So we're gonna get her. She comes with her forging tools. I'll send you guys that link to that one. And they also showed a Darth Nihilus.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh my god.
Oh. So there, the Black Series is really stepping out of the comfort zone. Doing the shitty characters here and there, and really getting some interesting players in the game that really fans really want. So they're coming out. They're coming soon, and I'm sure we will do them in a future episode of TaTOYine. Boys, please give them your social media links so everybody can follow you.
You can catch me on Twitter at Hakeem Zane. That's HAKIMZANE. Instagram is Raju Zane 80. You look me up on Facebook, Rohit Raju / the Mad Dragon Hakeem Zane. Of course, Rohit Raju on YouTube. And then, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com/Rohit. That's ROHIT.
You can find me at Greek God Papadon on Twitter and Instagram. Demetrius Papadon on Facebook. Pro Wrestling Tees / Greek God Papadon for your Pro Wrestling Tees. YouTube page, Greek God Papadon. Like it, comment, hit the notification bell, subscribe.
You can find me at Alex Arroyo, MD on Twitter, Alex Arroyo on Facebook, and where I'm most active, Dr. Dr_Destroyo, DESTRROYO on Instagram. And more importantly, you can find
Grindr.
And Grindr, and Tinder, and Bumble, and whatever you want. A hole's a hole. You can find us collectively, the New Force Order, at our various social media outlets, like Official New Force Order on Facebook, like NFO_podcast on Twitter, like New Force Order on Instagram. You could email us anything you want to chat about in the galaxy far, far away at newforceorder@yahoo.com. If you want to recommend a toy for me to review on TaTOYine, if you want to send it to me, you can also do that as well. But I probably have it. Let's be serious.
Hey Doc.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I got to ask you a serious question.
Okay.
When are you going to review that sex swing that's made out of the net from the Ewok village that's in your room?
You kind of dropped this on me, Pop. I was saving that one for like the Christmas episode of TaTOYine, where I could wrap up the misses like C-3PO sitting back over there on the back of me, hovering menacingly.
Oh, she's sitting behind.
Wonderful.
Pegging you with the candy
me to be their god.
Thank the maker.
Yeah, she'd be thanking the maker, right? The jizz maker. Anyway, we're totally off the fucking rails right now. Email us, newforceorder@yahoo.com. This has been another exciting episode of TaTOYine, brought to you by the new Force Order.
For life.
And that's just toy sweet.